I've been an avid competitive gamer pretty much my entire career playing video games. I've been playing games like Rainbow Six Siege, League of Legends, and the other ones, ignoring the hundreds of games in my backlog for years. This all seemed to change when I had to get my wisdom teeth extracted, and it just so happened the Fallout TV show came out the same week. Now, I've never been a big Fallout fan, mind you. In fact, I've tried to beat Fallout 4 enough times to clock in over 100 hours on the game, and I never seem to be able to even get close to finishing it. But since I was recovering from surgery, I had nothing else to do other than sit on the couch and watch the newly released TV show. And it only took 3 episodes to get me into the Fallout trance, and I went and installed 2 games, that being Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4. Ever since I delved into the Fallout community, I've been constantly hearing the same thing. Fallout New Vegas is the best game in the franchise, and to that I'll say. Okie dokie. And as soon as I was able, I played the game. I streamed it as well, twitch.tv/sponsorsama. Anyway, I played the game. Bratwurst are the best things? Yeah. Oh yeah. Right off the bat, I want to mention something I noticed. People are a lot nicer in the game than they are in the TV show. In the TV show, people seem to be much more desperate and sinister. It kind of gave me secondhand trauma, so now every time it pan zooms into someone's face, I kind of feel like they're gonna try to kill me at some point. Who's in charge?
I'm gonna roll.
What? Oh, I thought he was gonna start shooting at me. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Immersion. If I can't immerse myself in an RPG, my enjoyment is almost ruined. It's in the name role-playing game. When we're talking about Fallout New Vegas, baby, I'm role-playing as a Western ride-or-die gunslinger. No questions asked, because let's be honest, what else are you supposed to play as? I was living out my old Western fantasy until my game either wouldn't start or it just randomly crashed my entire computer when it felt like it. This happened so many times until I decided I should probably install performance mods, as my chat was telling me that the game tended to crash a lot. But the thing that bugged me is the fact that I even need performance mods on a game that's 14 years old. Now, it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, but as someone who is streaming the game, if a game crashes once or twice, alright, okay, whatever. But if it crashes my computer again and again, then I have to restart the stream as well every time. It sucks. Other than the performance issues, I do love the game. The atmosphere, the story, everything that matters in an RPG. This was executed near perfect. I didn't look around and say, wow, this game kind of looks like dog even though it kind of does. Instead, I looked around and I said, I wonder if I can get that guy's revolver if I kill him. Because I was immersed. I just want to see what happens. I'll get into the atmosphere and story in a minute, but I want to talk about this weird thing where I don't even know if it was a bug or not, but once I got to the Tops Casino, I got ambushed by a bunch of chairman bodyguards and they simply would not let things slide. And since the douchebag at the front counter doesn't allow me to carry guns inside, this is when I figured out that metal armor turns you into a literal tank. It took me 5 seconds for my brain to register that they were actively shooting at me because my health bar was not moving. So I ran around the casino as these guys were trying to gun me down looking for the exit for probably what felt like 5 minutes. This is the part of the video where I talk about difficulty. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but I was getting slaughtered up until I figured out how strong metal armor was in this game. And then once I figured that out, the game became a breeze. I wasn't even playing on hardcore or hard difficulty. I was playing on normal, okay? I'm not bad at games, but this had me thinking I sucked balls at them. In the beginning, I was struggling to take out these Viper gangsters, and then once I put on the metal armor, I became absolutely unkillable to them. During my playthrough, I got ambushed by probably what was around 5 to 6 of them, and 30 minutes before this, I would have been pissing my pants, shaking in my boots, if you will. But instead, I walked outside and I said, what was the button? What's the button for VATS again? But the difficulty was almost hand-tuned to make you really feel like the main character. It's probably because you are the main character, so that would make a lot of sense. Certain guns hit hard in certain situations. I'm not gonna bring a cowboy repeater to a close quarter gunfight. I'm gonna bring a shotgun. I'm not gonna bring a shotgun to a long-range fight. This is the perfect use for the shotgun. The slug version. All jokes aside, as far as I've come, I'm having a lot of fun with the difficulty. It is challenging enough to feel rewarding and diverse enough to push me to use all the different guns in my arsenal. I'll get into a fight I know I'll die in more than once, and the simple solution would be to just avoid that road. Nuh-uh. No. If I finish that fight, I'll be rewarded with something actually useful to me later on. That's not guaranteed. So if I don't, at least I got to kill something and look cool while doing it. Now let's talk about the story and atmosphere. As I mentioned earlier, I can't get over with how old this game is, how immersive it still holds out to be. I was a fetus when this game came out. One of the things that got me attached was the radio. Of course, I played the radio on stream because I'm an idiot and unaware of how strong copyright is on Twitch, but even when I turned that off, the ambience of the Mojave Desert is still breathtaking. I think the story was also really well done. Being a courier, still don't know how to frickin' say the word. Being a courier who has no memory allows myself to really take control of who I want to be rather than feel attached to what my character's past is like. Because it definitely has some sway in games that are like that. So it's not a big gripe I have at all. But one thing I will mention is in Fallout 4, the main mission is to find your infant son, which kind of makes you sway towards being a morally just person rather than a gunslinging psychopath. You know, what I am right now. The side quests are awesome too. There's this one where I launched a bunch of ghouls into space, or I settled a dispute between, I don't even know how the hell to say this, but it's like an Elvis Presley cult and the NCR. These are starting to sound like South Park episodes, now that I'm saying them out loud. The characters are all super interesting, from Mr. House, who kind of reminds me of Andrew Ryan from BioShock. If you know who that is, you are a real one. Benny, who is this guy that shot you in the head at the very beginning of the game. He's got some classic voice lines.
What in the goddamn?
Learning about the NCR and the Caesar's Legion's war over Hoover Dam. Also, I will never side with the Caesar's Legion because I'm not a grammar Nazi, but I cannot stand when they call him Kaiser. It makes me want to, I hate that. It pisses me off. I'm not joking. The main conflict of New Vegas is that everyone wants control over it. That's kind of the main story. Every faction is trying to take control of whatever power the platinum chip you are carrying has, even though literally no one knows what it does. They're really just like, hey, if you give me the platinum chip, you and me can rule this city, Spider-Man. And then you ask, what's on the chip? Their response is basically, I don't know, dude. And that's when I'm like, this guy definitely knows what he's doing. Let me go find that chip for you. The struggle over Vegas Strip and having you placed in the middle is kind of awesome because it just feels like you get to choose in the end who really gets the power over New Vegas. Once I got to the point where like everybody's trying to contact me about it, some guy freaking jump scares me right outside the Lucky 38 tower, kind of makes you feel important. And I feel like that is kind of the whole point of this RPG game, which they executed pretty well. I'm not actually done playing through the game yet, by the way, but this is what I've gathered from the many hours I've already put into it. I installed the performance mod, so it should no longer. I did not realize how bad the screen tear was on this game until I installed a VSync mod that actually works, and I was moving around like butter, so my aim should be a lot better now that I have that, hopefully. Can't promise anything. New Vegas to me seems to be one of those timeless classics, and I'm glad it's getting recognition again since the show came out. If you played through the game, let me know what you think about Fallout New Vegas, or if you watched the show, let me know what you thought about that too. Go watch my other videos too. I talked about the show. If you don't have anything to say, just type, you know the drill. Type frickin' whatever, dude. It helps the algorithm. Thank you. Consider liking, subscribing, help a brother out, kind of grow on this damn website. And if you're interested in catching any more of these New Vegas streams, I'll be here at twitch.tv/SwadsterSama if you want to drop by. You know what I mean? So anyway, thanks for watching. See y'all.
To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say.